Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we've got a sneak peek video from Raid Shadow Legends with the guy who does the big voice. So we're going to be checking it out today. I do want to say as well, there's a live premiere for a Fateless video talking about the alpha dates for GODFORGE, the different waves, when they're going to be, what you can be expecting if you've signed up for that alpha in terms of an email coming to you. I'll link that down below. It will be a live premiere, so if you come and join the live premiere, you can ask questions about it as well. But yeah, let's get involved and see what is going on with this sneak peek.
Hey everyone, it's time for another sneak peek video where we're taking a look at what's coming in update 10.55. There's lots to unpack here, so sit back, enjoy, and let's get into it. First up are several expansions to Siege. Your clan fortresses are getting major upgrades with additional building levels.
1 to 5, 6 to 9. So there's going to be a lot more defenses in the stronghold if you level it up.
Building levels, more garrison slots, and a brand new defensive mechanic called
available traps in the garrison. Okay, this type of stuff is, I think, is fun. I will say, like, in my clan, I am out of my arena depth, and that's probably how a lot of players feel. It's really hard to like balance competition in this type of game, I think. You know, like Clash of Clans, I used to find the matchmaking was pretty decent, right? I played Clash of Clans now years ago, but you know, you'd be head to head with someone, and obviously you don't win all your fights, but you can look down the battles and you're like, yeah, I feel like I could take this one, and somebody in your clan is going to be taking on someone else. I do find the matchmaking is tough in this sort of Siege mechanic.
Traps. If you're a new player and you're wondering what Siege even is, go check out the dedicated Siege videos. We'll put the links on screen for you. Now, back to the specifics. All upgradable buildings in your clan fortress can now reach level 6 with expanded garrison slots to house more defense.
So there's now going to be, what, 69? 69 defense teams available.
Teams. Quick important note though, upgrading buildings from levels 4 to 6 will cost more, as will repairs for these structures. However, there's good news too. More slots mean more florins for fighting through buildings. You'll earn more mana orbs when you successfully protect your stronghold and mana shrines that are level 4 or higher. Same goes for attacking. You'll get opportunities to earn more mana orbs for rebattling enemy teams and higher level shrines you've captured, since there are more teams to fight. The other major addition coming to Siege is traps. Players can install them using florins and mana orbs, but let's find out why you're going to want them first. Traps work in different ways, from concealing a single champion on the defense team to applying irresistible debuffs or even punishing attackers who attempt to place buffs on their first turn. They can turn the tide of battle and make a real difference to your defense. Traps can only be placed in magic and defense towers, and only if those towers are fully operational. No repairs outstanding. At the start of a new siege, each eligible building receives up to 3 randomized trap options. The total number of traps a clan can deploy depends on the level of the clan's stronghold, ranging from 2 traps up to a maximum of 18. Any clan member can choose a trap, but it can only be applied to their defense team, and they're limited to 1 trap per siege. Each tower can only have a maximum of 2 traps installed. Once a siege begins, active traps will become visible as soon as the attacking team uncovers the garrison slots where those traps are placed. However, here's a tip for you. Only the first attackers who engages a defense team equipped with the trap will suffer the negative consequences.
Oh, I don't know if I like that. So firstly, there's a ton here, right? There's a ton they're talking about. We've got lots of different traps. And if I go back to the part where they actually talked about the traps that we could see. Hides 1 defense team champion from view until the start of battle. That feels very like, I don't know if you guys ever played Hero Quest, but you know, you've entered a room and a trap card goes off and suddenly a wandering monster comes in the room. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Battle Shackles decreases duration of all buffs on an enemy by 2 turns the first time they attack in a battle. Cannot be resisted. I wonder if that counts for Stone Skin. I guess it does. Decreases each enemy's defense by 30% until the start of their first turn in battle. So if you go first, you can nuke them. Like, some of this stuff is fun, and it will set up some really tough challenges, honestly. Like, already setting up the conditions in a defense massively swing, you know, who can attack you or how effectively they can attack you, right? And as I say, like, it's a lot of fun, but it's very, very aimed at people that have got very wide rosters, you know, and a lot of strong gear, honestly, like, so they can set all of these different things up. The traps would be less aimed at that, but still pretty cool. In my head, I'm thinking like Siege would have been better if it was PvPVE. And what do I mean by that? It's like these different areas are the PvP teams that we see now, which open up an area which is a PvE encounter where you're trying to get like a maximum damage score or something like that. I think it would have been more fun. And I feel like things like the traps would fit really well there. You know, so I'm setting a trap that when the enemy turn up, they have a burn on them and they take 30% more damage. You know, almost like a second trap. Enemies take 30% more damage when they've got burn on them. Something like that. Like, and you're fighting an actual boss from the game rather than fighting an arena defense. Because that way, people that enjoy PvP can kind of do the whole I'm getting you to the boss type of thing. And then people that like PvE can actually fight the boss with fun teams and it could be like a combo. But either way, they're obviously trying to be very imaginative. They're trying to make it more interactive, more fun, more choices, which I think is a good thing generally for the game mode, especially for people that are enjoying it. So let's get back into where we were.
Installed. Once a siege begins, active traps will become visible as soon as the attacking team uncovers the garrison slots where those traps are placed. However, here's a tip for you.
So that's I mean, look at that. Instantly, you're like, damn, who's going to be the fourth champion here? I'm not sure if I like, I guess, as soon as you've hit a trap area, the trap's disabled, which means what the reality of what's going to happen is your weakest player in your clan, for anyone who's like an organized clan, probably, honestly, me in my clan, it's going to be, HH, can you just go and run this team? Try and win, but if you don't win, at least it's going to disable that trap, and then, you know, Fez or someone can go in and nuke the team down. Like, that's the reality of how this actually plays out if you're just disabling the traps. So do I like the disable thing? I guess for stuff like this one, in effect, you disable it anyway just by gaining the knowledge. And if you've got a clan that communicate, then you would share that knowledge. But that's not always easy to do. So instant disable, I'm not sure if I like that.
Those traps are placed. However, here's a tip for you. Only the first attackers who engages a defense team equipped with the trap will suffer the negative consequences. If they win anyway, great news. However, if things are looking bleak, your clan could always nominate someone to intentionally trigger the trap before sending someone more powerful in to safely clear out the defense team lying in wait. But what if a clanmate sets up a trap, fumbles it, and then can't log back in to fix things before the prep phase ends? No worries. We've got you covered. One of the quality of life improvements coming out with 10.55 will enable clan leaders to remove any misplaced traps or defense teams during the prep phase. If this happens,
that's good. That's really good, actually, for leaders to have a bit more control on this stuff.
Affected players will get their resources back, and they'll get a notification on the Clan Fortress page. Oh, and there are no restrictions for affected players either. They can immediately set new traps or assign champions to defense teams like nothing happened. And lastly, for Siege, we're introducing 2 new Siege tiers. Progression will work a bit differently. Once your clan accumulates enough Siege points, you'll enter Tier 7 automatically. To get into Tier 8, your clan must win the next siege using at least 30 attack scrolls. If your clan fails on either of these fronts, you'll be demoted back down a tier. Even if you lose, you'll still earn siege points, so ensuring you have the required amount to bounce right back into Tier 7 is as easy as winning a siege. You'll want to put the effort in. You can get mythical gear rewards, as well as extra clan points, unique avatar frames, and valuable crafting materials to get relics from the clan group. Okay. Next.
So is that what is that showing right there? Because we already get mythical rewards. I feel like do we not already get these relics as well? I feel like we already get the relic pieces, don't we? Maybe we don't. Maybe I'm wrong. And then obviously a unique frame is cool. I like that. I'm not sure. Is this new? I'm not sure.
Crafting materials to get relics from the clan group. Okay.
Can't remember.
Next up, We're talking balance changes to Talaria's newest monstrous foe, the Chimera.
Interesting, okay.
The full numbers and breakdown will be available in the release notes, so we'll keep it brief here. First up, the Ram form is getting a nerf. It'll now reflect less damage while under fear debuffs.
Good.
And if it's under a true fear, it won't reflect any damage at all. That's not everything. The Lockhorn's passive will now only increase the Chimera's turn meter by 25% instead of 50% when a skill fails to activate thanks to a fear debuff. Oh, and we're having the dual HP bar for good measure. With all that said, don't get comfortable. The Ram form's accuracy is getting a buff, meaning your champions will find it harder to resist debuffs. While the Ram form may be getting more tame, the Lion form is going in the...
I'm interested to see what that looks like, because right now the Ram form is like a big problem, and people basically cannot play that part of the Chimera fight. You're basically just going on like, please just, well, you set it up to just A1 and you do the weakest things you could possibly do, which isn't fun. It's not a fun experience, right? I know you need different mechanics to play with, but it's just not fun. And the whole point of a boss fight should be it's fun.
The other direction. We're increasing its base attack and giving it a guaranteed AoE attack with its Shred Reality skill. Plus, the second hit from Atomizing Roar will now ignore defense. Make way for the Apex Predator.
Okay, so currently the Lion is weak as, and you can just go full nuke and ignore it. So I guess they're nerfing one, ramping one up. Again, be interested to see how much they're doing, because sometimes they overtune, right? It's like they don't test it themselves. So let's hope they've done some testing with this.
It's not just the Chimera itself getting a tweak. We're also adjusting several trials to make them a little easier for you to complete. Lastly, let's dive into a slew of quality of life improvements we've got coming with update 10.55. For starters, champions in the vault will be available as food for the instant rank up feature in the tavern. We're also introducing a new commission option in the Faction Guardians tab. You'll be able to commission champions that are assigned to a Faction Guardian chamber, and that'll permanently grant you that chamber's bonus. Those champions will be entirely removed as they would be when sacrificed for a rank up. But it's a...
So people that are already in your vault, people that are being used in the Faction Guardian, you can commission them, which removes them from your account as if you fed them, but they stay here. This is, by the way, watch out for this. This is a risky business. I wonder if they're allowing that for legendaries as well, because that is prone to error or prone to mistakes from players. Like, there's some legendaries. Take Noble, right? Noble was trash, still is pretty trash. But then suddenly Noble was used to rank up another really powerful legendary, and you're like, I wish I didn't, feed a Noble, whatever, because I would have liked to use him for a rank up. I would definitely not suggest anybody do this with legendaries. I would suggest even epics. I guess if you've plus forward an epic already and it's a good one, then fine. Or if it's a kind of trashy epic, they don't tend to buff epics, so I guess it's less risky, but it's definitely risky with legendaries.
A great way to clear out some clutter from your collection. Next up, we're introducing the option to refresh certain advanced quests if you don't like the look of them. You'll only get one refresh per day, but it can make the difference between completing them all or not. Speaking of quests, we're also simplifying one of the clan quests. Instead of surviving 150 turns against the Hydra, you'll now only need to hold the line for 100. Whew. And finally, we're updating the battle info for all clan bosses. The chest rewards tab will now clearly indicate if the damage you've dealt is sufficient to claim one of the chests.
That's cool.
We're almost done here, but before we wrap things up, let's take a peek at some of the awesome new champions coming with 10.55. We have an avian-themed Bannerlord who belongs to Androck the Glorious's famed Knights of the Wild, and several other mighty champions to join along with him.
Frog dude, I like it. Pretty cool.
And that's everything for today. Be sure to hit that thumbs up.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was heavily weighted towards updates for the Siege. I think the updates sound kind of cool, but again, it's just whether you like Siege or not. Chimera changes, one nerfed, one buffed. Definitely nerfed the right one. Definitely buffed the right one. but we don't know what those changes actually feel like in game yet, so that's going to be interesting. And then some of the quality of life stuff. I actually kind of like the fact they're doing the advanced missions so people can get those done. And I'm not really sure about this commission thing. That feels a bit wonky. I like the idea of I can just get rid of those rares and maybe even the epics that are just sitting there, you know, as the faction guardian, but I'm never going to use them. So that's kind of cool. So I've got more space, but it's definitely a risky one. Yeah, let me know what you think down below. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.